Hello everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to IIM Raipur for the third leadership summit themed around Future is Now. I am Bhaskar Sharma of Media Cell of IIM Raipur. I am privileged enough to have Mr. Samir Dhanrajani, Chief Strategy Officer of Fractal Analytics. Hello sir.
Hi.
Welcome to IIM Raipur. How have your experience been so far at our campus?
Well, I think I'm greatly, I would say, excited by one, the format of the event. I was going through the entire details about the event in terms of how it's structured, how it's constructed. And what really enlightened me was a very strategic level of thought process which has went into the format, the contours of the format in terms of panel discussions, and how the whole panel has been constituted and how it needs to be led in terms of the key takeaways or the nuggets which usually comes out. And I go to a lot of the B schools and technology kind of institutions, and I think I haven't seen that elevated level of, I would say, event structure, what I saw in terms of what IIM Raipur has done. So credit, I would say, to the students and the faculty in terms of stitching it together.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you have a tremendous and excellent alma mater from MIT Sloan, London Business School, and Calcutta. So, what keeps you motivated to stay always keeping your learning curve always high?
So one, I think it's good that you guys have done research about my profile and the background because it's good to see that kind of, I would say, detailing out. I think it's a question of relevance. Irrespective of the industry we belong, uh, whichever side of the curve we are in terms of our role or the level what we play, what is important for all of us today in this VUCA digital new age world is how do you stay relevant at all the times? And as I say with no qualms that the best judge of your career is you. If you're honest about yourself, you can't fake in terms of what shortcomings, what kind of inadequacies you have about your career. And that's where you try to build the career in terms of what you need to choose to learn and what you need to choose to unlearn. And for me, I think the conscious decisions I have taken over the years has been a bit of risk built kind of decisions. Like I used to work for a GIC or a shared service center, which was Fidelity. I'd set it up. Then I moved to a completely different environment of a third party, Cognizant, then to a niche and a boutique AI firm, Fractal. So all these three different industry segments are, I would say, not only different, but their entire perspective is different in terms of how they operate. And each of these three strengths have given me enough, I would say, understanding how these industries work. And to keep them relevant in these industries, what is important, how do you equip yourself? And that's where I had to kind of do those, I would say, courses and certifications to stay in the game and being relevant.
Thank you, sir. That was insightful. Sir, you have been vastly experienced in AI and machine learning, and also have been the advisor for artificial intelligence for the governments of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So, what backlogs or the gaps you think can still be filled with a much faster pace? Like AI and ML are already penetrating into Indian market in various industries. So, what immediate gaps do you think needs to be filled for the public welfare?
Sure. So I think first of all, AI with all its, I would say, hype and hoopla we are seeing in the market is still at a very infancy, at a very nascent stage. As we speak today, 28 nations are either on the verge or have already adopted AI in terms of the policy. So it can go bigger, first. Second, I think when we talk about sophistication in image, voice, text, and video side of analytics, which is AI, the key thing which AI is revolutionizing is decision making process. The way you take decisions, the way I take decisions, the way anyone takes decision, or the way we take decisions in the corporate is different. Majority of our decisions over the years have been led by intuition, gut. Or this guy said it, this person said it, that's why I've taken a decision. Or this is how we have done it in the past, heuristically, this is how it will happen. Now the thing is, on a flip side, all the decisions today have been influenced by algorithms, which is where AI is coming into the picture. We're looking at new data sets of images, voices, a kind of a, let's say, new sample sets of kind of videos to analyze and predict what can actually go wrong or go good. Now, that's where AI for the nations, for the humanity, is coming out to be handy. If you take, let's say, the things around what India can do, and some of these things are happening today, the demonetization, big project for the government, there were AI tools which were actually deployed to find any anomaly in the transactions. If you take, let's say, the Jan Dhan Yojana, which is financial inclusion, all the aspects about what accounts, what kind of demographic profile of the people who open accounts is all linked to how AI can actually solve this problem. Now, a very peculiar example I want to give is, which is very disparate and no one would have thought, but it's happening in India, is Swachh Bharat campaign. Now, you will say, okay, Swachh Bharat campaign and AI, what is the correlation? The only thing we know about Swachh Bharat campaign is, yeah, the government has levied certain cess of our salary and it's going from there. No, but it's not that. So the government has earmarked about 12,000 crore worth of money in terms of setting up sanitation workplaces in the remotest part of 600,000 villages. It's a big task. It's happening in stages. Now, what happens if you, let's say, go to a remote district of Raipur or within Jharkhand and you happen to use one of the sanitation workplaces and you don't find the quality to be good. So once you come out of the sanitation workplace, you see a kind of a WhatsApp number. You post the picture on that WhatsApp number. The picture goes to a central command center. Now, a central command center in the earlier year used to be like 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 call center associate taking complaints. No. Here, on an automated basis, that picture gets translated into every sanitation workplace has been labeled, annotated. On the AIML platform, the picture will go straight away to the contractor because it's labeled, telling the district, telling the area where this washroom has a hygiene problem. There is no manual intervention. And the contractor, and this happens, by the way, in just 40 seconds. Contractor is expected to respond in 15 minutes. And the total command center, people who are managing this, is just 2 people. That is the power of what we are saying, solving AI in terms of solving those large, complex, unresolved problems.
Thank you, sir. Those were some of the valuable insights. It was great interacting with you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.